Okay, hello everyone. I'm back. I'm Guillaume, back from vacation. Rosalie and Brennan have been taking care of you for the past 2 weeks, but now I'm back. Uh, Rosalie now is traveling. Looks like a nice background. Where are you now, Rosalie?
I'm in Berlin. Yeah, I took this picture earlier today, right by
Oh,
my
really?
hotel.
So this is live as of this morning. So what's the tower
There's
with the sphere on top?
yeah, that's the big like tower in Berlin. I don't know what it's called, but you can go up there. There's like a cafe, and you get like a panoramic view, and then the building in front of it is a museum.
I feel like at least the rest of the city seems very old, very like historical, and you have this modern art sculpture in the middle of the city.
Yes.
Do people like it, or it's a weird
No,
eyesore?
I think people like it. I think it's like a big like monument of the city.
Amazing. All right, so you're in Berlin. You landed this morning too, I guess. So
Yes, I did. Yeah.
long trip. I was also back in Canada. I went back this weekend. Air quality was pretty bad. Felt like I don't know. No, no. Yeah, we did some activities, but yeah, it was pretty hard to breathe some days. It was bad also in New York. I think you said right.
Yeah, the fires, like, they came all the way down to New York. It was, like, 130 or something air quality. It just looked like it might be, like, cloudy, but I knew that there were fires, so I knew not to go outside.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, pretty bad. Far as Canada, we never got those earlier. Now this seems to be last year also pretty badly. This year too, but yeah, nothing that has affected the rest, like US this way. But yeah, I've been out for 2 weeks, so a lot of things have been happening from what I heard. Of course, I always keep an eye on the markets, but yeah, anything that um, you want to talk about? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, ETH went above 4K finally. It was so exciting yesterday. I think it was at like 4,300. And then today I checked again on right before the live stream and it said like 3,700 and I was so confused. That was in euros.
Oh,
In US dollars, it is still in fact above 4K. So,
amazing.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm stalling because I cannot share my screen for some reason. Can you try to do it? Maybe I'll paste the 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 intern link internally. So I wrote this. Um, yeah. Can you share your screen
Yeah, let me
while I
try.
try? Guess my computer was down, or at least turned off for so long. Maybe something weird happened. Yeah, I think you can. There we go.
Wow.
Okay. So this is the intern portfolio. I think you were okay. Yeah, something crapped out and said you cannot share your screen. All right, after 5 minutes. This is the intern portfolio. You were mentioning that price went up. You were quite happy to see the returns, but now it seems like we've been up even more. Now $400 profit overall.
That's probably the best I've seen. Last week it was like up by 170, down by 150, up by 160. It was but now yeah, this looks really great. It's probably a good time to close some positions.
Yeah. So, oh my God, my maybe I'll have to restart. Okay, so okay, I'll stop sharing. I'm using also for some reason I don't know why Safari. So this is weird. Um,
That looks cool. I
I
like it.
know,
Like
I know.
Interstellar.
Don't stop. Okay, you're in control. Let's
Okay.
go back to it and let's get rid of that window. Yeah. Um, this is pretty interesting. Price went up quite a lot over the past week and a half. Um, I think the first thing that I'm looking at is that everything is in the green. So you look at the margin balance. We're still pretty low in utilization. Sometimes when we're doing delta neutral, we have a short component, which can be scary. Maybe that's what's bringing us a bit higher at the 50 or 40 mark. But overall, none of them are in trouble. So even though we kind of walked away for this for a week and a half, nothing scary happened, and every market is in a good spot. Some markets are making a lot of money. I'm looking at ETUSDC. Some are losing a little bit, but yeah, this does look like a pretty sweet position. So yeah, which
Yeah, this is interesting as well. I think this was a hedge that we created, and overall, this position is losing. But because we had two bullish strategies here, they seem to be doing really well.
yeah.
Should we check on this one?
Yeah, let's look at this one, and this is the title of the show as well. These are diagonal spreads, where we purchased an option, sold another one. I think this is not a conventional one because we bought a narrow call and sold a wire one.
Yes,
And
we did.
it's not quite a poor man's covered call because normally you buy the wide, sell the narrow, but it's a weird, so that's why I called it diagonal. But look at this,
Yeah.
33%. And then yeah, I don't know if you had time to look. Yeah, what do you feel about this?
No, I think this is great. It looks like the 1 week option that we bought, it was out of range for a little bit, but we ended up, or it's out of range now, I guess. We ended up paying some Streamia and earning some as well.
And
So that's always
and
interesting.
again, this looks like a weird
This
play because
shift.
we're paying Streamia, but we sold an option, bought another one, and we actually are paying less because we sold an option at the same time. And I would say that the multiplier or the fees that you pay were probably in the like 0.3 to 0.5 range, which is still a third or half of what is generated on Uniswap because you get paid on one side and now you pay on the other side. But now because of that put option, the call option that we bought is out of range, we're getting paid and we're back to this positive funding. So even though we stayed in range for quite a bit, we only paid again $100, and we made $300, but then we had to pay 278 profits. This is bullish. Price went
Yeah.
up. The break even was probably around like 39 or 3800, and now we're way past that. The real kind of maximum juice we extract is when it hits 5K. And that's why maybe I'm not super in a rush to close this. But yes, do you want to keep this on and make money, or make more and then write it up to 5K?
I don't think it's gonna go to 5K anytime too soon, but I mean, as long as yeah, I don't know. In this range, are we still earning fees or we're paying fees here now?
We're getting paid.
Okay.
And it's a weird trade because typically when you sell a call option, it's a bearish trade. So you don't want to see the price go up because you sold a call and it goes down. But because we bought another one at the same time, this is similar to a debit spread. It's a bullish trade that has calls in it. So it's a weird, but then profitable trade if the price goes up. No
Yeah,
one
I
is
think
buying it. So I would say that it might be worth to create I don't know if so. Yeah, are you still bullish up to the level of 5K, or you still think it's going to stay there for a while?
I think it's gonna fluctuate within kind of, maybe it'll drop below 4,000 again, but not like tomorrow. So we could keep it open and see how we feel about this on
And
Wednesday
yeah, do you think
if
new
we're still
all-time
earning.
highs? Yeah, it's still a few days off, but yeah, do you think the all-time highs are 4,500? Do you think we break all-time highs this week?
I don't know. I feel like every time it gets close, a lot of people sell and it kind of goes back down. I hope we do, but I don't
Yes, even
know.
with Bitcoin, we visit the new all-time highs over weeks, it seems, and then it breaks, and then we peter out and stuff. Yeah, yeah, I would say that let's look at the other one, but this one we could keep it on. It's still bullish because I think the other one might be easier to manage because it is it's worked better than the other one, but then it now is out of it. Yeah, we can have a look. But yeah,
Alrighty, yeah, let's
buying
see.
calls and making bullish trades is profitable when the price goes up.
Nice. Yeah. So this is the put spread that we have. We're getting paid, and we also made some money from the positive price range. I think, yeah, we've hit kind of the max profit here.
Yeah.
So I would agree it makes sense to close this now. We've kind of, or I mean, we could also, because since we're getting paid, we could also leave this on and see how we feel on Wednesday since
Yeah,
we're
we,
just
we're
accumulating
yeah, we're
fees.
pretty close to the upper range, and I'm sure that the price fluctuating means that maybe half the time we could be out of range. So this is a great trade, worked exactly as it should. We got paid, price went up, and I would also, because we're so near the upper price, we would close this.
Yeah.
And so this is also a trade that we may have set up a few times, but this is buying a long dated put option and selling a shorter dated put option. Um and because it's flip, it's a poor man's covered put. And I don't know if you know about poor man's covered calls or poor man's trades.
No, are those just different time scales, or is there
Yeah,
anything else? Yeah.
exactly. It's a way to create a covered call without buying the shares outright or without spending too much. And it's very capital efficient. And in that case, the capital efficiency is that it's still um, $700 of capital requirement, and we control 5,000, even more than that, a little bit, but 5,000 of capital. So it's less than 20%. It's actually a very capital efficient trade. And because it worked, yes, I would also be of the opinion that we should, yeah, close it and
Yeah.
get this money in the bank.
That sounds great. This is like the beauty of options, right? You never, or you don't necessarily have to have the underlying assets. So that's
Yes.
great. Okay, I do think the other position in the ETH pool we should close for sure. Our
Yes.
hedge, it worked for us on several occasions, but then now I think
And
it
again, it's
feels,
still in range. We'll see. Yeah, sometimes it's getting, it's making it's a we're to get it getting paid. Um, it's not a huge contract, so we did get $37 of premium. It does offset some of the losses, but yes, this was bearish. We saw the price go up. If you think about everything, we lose 160 on this, but we made like 600 on the other two. Like, so overall, the whole portfolio is ahead. But yes, I agree. You get $37 for free for getting paid, but if we do revisit that all-time high, then yes, we'll lose more. So
yeah, I
and yeah,
think we should definitely close this one. And we could do another hedge if we're worried in a different range potentially, but I think this range, it feels like
yeah, and this one
um,
maybe also had some buying activity, and now it's back to 1.0, so we're not getting paid necessarily more. So yes, I'd agree that it could almost be where we close 2 out of 3 positions and then wait for Wednesday to 7 new one. But yeah,
yeah, definitely. I think I'm wondering about the USDC ETH ratio trade then. That must be making some good
the
money
ETH
as well
BTC,
right
yeah,
now. Yeah, I think ETH
yeah.
is outperforming Bitcoin at the moment.
Look at this. So definitely, this is a short put. Um, again, set it up being bullish. The ratio went up, and if you zoom way out, it's going up, but it's not where it was. But still, we caught some of the bottom where we thought it was going to go up, and it did go up. So this is a great trade. 0.04, probably what we had, I don't know, in like May last year, but still May earlier this year, but still pretty good. Um, yeah, we do. This is 21 days out of a monthly option. The delta, which is kind of the slope, is almost zero. So yeah, what will you do with this trade?
Yeah, I think I feel comfortable closing this trade now as well. It's just, a regular, like Brandon always likes to say, this is just an LP position in Uniswap. And although we can still kind of make a little bit more, I think since the contracts were quite small and it's worked in our favor, I think we should open up a new one and put a little bit more
Yeah,
money into it.
and this one is making 18%. It's actually pretty good, but a third of that is the fees. So if you think about just the price appreciation helped, but the volatility, you have 33% more returns because of the fees generated. So again, price went up, lots of fees were generated, and I'm sure in the premium we're stayed in range the whole time, so it's going up. It's actually also one of those good trades where we should be happy, take the profits, uh, And if we're still bullish, we can capture more deltas by rolling up from
Hmm.
what is maybe 5 delta to back to 30. Or if we're neutral, we can do a different trade. But yeah, this is actually worked perfectly.
Great. Yeah. I'm really glad our trades are
Sometimes the
looking
less
so
we
good.
do, the more money we make, where we try to overcompensate.
Exactly.
Sometimes,
Yeah. You got to trust your instincts, right? Don't act too
yes.
quickly on any price movements. Ooh, let's look at this one. Wait, we already did. My bad. Let's see what's happening here. We have
Also
some.
green. Yes.
Yeah, this one's already been open for 65 days.
So wait, okay, yeah. You can hover the. So also something that people may not be aware, but yeah, we really clicked on that chart, which is a strangle. We could also hover it to see the strikes. But yes, I was gonna say it's probably on the lower side because price has gone up, and but yeah, interesting.
Yeah, so the put option here is out of range now. So maybe, yeah, it would also make sense to take the small amount of profits we have here and close this
Yeah,
position.
exactly. Because the max profit I would say was probably 115, and now it's 120. So we did lose a little bit on the max profit, but we're still in the green.
Yeah,
And I'm sure gas is also quite cheap, so we could also close this. Realize that it's a small position, more of an engagement trade, but this worked for us. So yeah,
definitely. Here it looks like the Streamia definitely helped offset the losses that we had. So we're still making a little bit, but yeah, I think
it, and
it's
definitely. And if you think about this, a real professional market maker would be delta neutral or managing the deltas in a way that means that you have no loss. You always are kind of managing the risk enough that you only get profit on the fee side. So that position earning $19 should be, I guess, minus whatever hedging costs, should be almost free money from the market maker because they should be able to manage that risk.
definitely. I think the only one that we also have to close here is this
Mm.
Solana ETH position. Moved out of range some time ago, so yeah, and
Yeah, no,
it's
I've
been
seen some
open
charts
for
of like Sol E. Definitely not their best day, but it is what it is. It's for the ETH now that is overperforming. Again, I think the price also went up for Sol, but yeah, I would also say maybe clean slate on a few of these markets, closing the ETH/USDC, the Sol ETH, kind of now kind of licking our wounds, closing for a loss, but maybe redeploying something on Wednesday. Same thing with the BTC ETH. Maybe ticker Bitcoin, one last very volatile position.
Oh, it's
Okay,
also at a. Is it out of
it's out of
range?
range, but it's still in the green. And I would also imagine it's probably the ticker Bitcoin increase. Oh no, okay.
Interesting.
There could be a
Wow.
reversal. This is one of the beauty of options trading, or at least in Panoptic. We were wrong. We thought it was gonna stay where it was. It went down, left the range, but we collected enough premiums that we're still making money. So that stream did a lot to cover the potential loss because now both legs are out of range. 21 days on a 30-day ish position. Um, unless you have some insider info about a violent reversal on the ticker Bitcoin price.
No, I wish I don't.
So yeah, it might be. So go to premium. I don't know if we've left this range a long time ago or not. Ooh,
Okay, so we went back and yeah, this is kind of where it flattened out, and then
yeah. So maybe a week of no fees. Now it came back. Now it's out. Um, yeah, maybe it's a good trade to maybe close this, redeploy, or realize a more bullish or bearish trade. But yeah, this is
yeah, I
definitely one of
think
those
it's
management.
great overall. Still compensated for the losses, the fees, and yeah, I'm really excited to see the portfolio do so well. Right now, we're hedging well or try to, and we're in the green, so definitely want to realize those gains while we can.
Yeah, so we haven't had any neutral trades that would probably um, I think it would not have been a loser in a way because the two legs work with one another. But yeah, this was helped quite a bit by being bullish in this bullish scenario. You got to trust your guts. Again, we trusted Rosalie's for the past few weeks, a few months almost, being right most of the time. So this is one of those. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, on Friday, we even saw some of the best positions in last week were delta neutral positions. There were some that did really bad and some that did really well. So I think it really just depends on the range.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the neutral is purely a volatility harvesting trade. And again, I'll just have a quick. I don't know what the IV rank and IV percentile is. I'm gonna have a quick look off them. Yeah, okay. So the IV of ETH, typically when you see a huge price increase, people are bullish, but they all act in the same manner. They want to buy. They want to maybe they don't see fear. They just see the profit. So the volatility does decrease a little bit when there's a big rally. But now the IV is still high. It's 45 percentile, 38 rank, which is kind of on the good side. So even though it seems like most of the time rallies are correlated with decreases in volatility, this one volatility still kept on. So it's also a good trade to also capitalize on this if you want to be delta neutral. You can harvest some volatility. I retweeted also a post by the Volmex finance team, but Bitcoin's volatility is kind of at all-time lows, and this is I don't know if it's worrying over someone or not, but yeah, definitely less activity in the Bitcoin world.
Yeah, on Wednesday we have one of the research guys from PogPog coming on our live stream. He wanted to talk about what this low volatility means for Bitcoin now. So
What a
I'm sure he'll
segue.
give us some great insights on Wednesday.
Exactly. So again, volatility paints a totally different picture. Maybe Bitcoin now near all-time highs, volatility all-time lows. This is something that we've seen in the equity markets. We'll have to wait for so the live stream on Wednesday to get more insights. But this is a great segue. And I think that's it. Again, we walked away. We had some good trades on that we kept on, and they realized themselves. Fulfillment is great. We made some money on the interns account. That is quite nice to see. But yeah, we'll close these positions, redeploy some capital, and yeah, move on with our days.
Sounds great. Yeah, happy to have you back in the office, and hopefully it'll be a bullish week this week.
Yeah. Again, I think I'll also reiterate. I'm pretty sure it's going to be stable for a week or two. So maybe I'll position myself this way. I don't think the all-time highs will be as easy to go through than the 4K barrier. So yeah, another one of things to keep in mind. The psychological factor sometimes plays a big role in these price moves. But yeah, who knows?
Yeah. But nothing we say here is financial advice. So
That's right.
always do your own research, and we're just yappers, we just do this for educational yapping purposes.
I know. This is all us. I mean, the intern is talking their books for sure, which is making or losing money regardless. You gotta trust your guts. Do the same. Do your research. But yes, not financial advice. It's been great. Yeah, thanks a lot, Rosie. Thanks for everyone. We'll end this now, 25 minutes. But yeah, so it was a great day. Looking forward to Wednesday with the research live. We have a research live stream tomorrow, Tuesday, a research collaboration on Wednesday with the PogPog team. And yeah, this is gonna be a good week. And I'll see you
awesome.
tomorrow. All right, bye.